On the ocean there was a small island. The islanders could only eat sardines. To add some flavor, they roasted sardines, fried sardines, boiled sardines, dried sardines, even made candy out of sardines. However, on this island there was a boy named George, who loved inventing things. When he was in first grade, he invented a magical spray-on shoe to solve the problem of children tying shoelaces. He sprayed the mist on his feet, and they were wrapped in a strange substance. But because the substance was so hard, his shoes couldn't come off. From then on, the shoes were welded onto George's feet. No matter if he bit them with his teeth, pried with a screw, cut with scissors, or smashed with heavy objects, they just wouldn't come off. George felt very sad, but his mother came to comfort him, and even bought him a scientist's coat. With his mother's encouragement, George resolved to become a great scientist. So, when he was 8 years old, he invented a remote-controlled TV. At 16, he invented a hair growth spray. At 18, he invented a monkey language translator. At 19, he invented a new species, the ratbird. These inventions made the whole island restless, but George still wanted to benefit the island. At 25, he wanted to invent a food machine to solve the island's problem of only having sardines. He set the machine to produce hamburgers and stretched his hand under it to wait. To his surprise, a hamburger began to take shape, but because the lab didn't have enough power, the experiment failed again. So George sneaked into the power station. He used enormous electricity to drive the machine. As soon as he plugged it in, the machine instantly turned into a rocket and shot 10,000 meters into the sky. George was even more upset. But just then, something fell into a nearby trash can. George went over to look. It was a slice of cheese. Puzzled, he looked up at the sky. A rainbow-colored cloud was drifting toward the island. From within the cloud, countless hamburgers fell down. It turned out George's food machine had succeeded. The islanders saw such a sight for the first time. They ate the delicious hamburgers. From then on, the island's hard days were over. And so, George became the great hero of the island.